Hey, it's me Praveen again. I'm starting a new segment in my channel. It's called Top 10. So I'll present top 10 things in different fields like top 10 people, top 10 countries, top 10 events, anything. So you might have got the idea. So today we'll talk about the top 10 moments in the modern history of Nepal, that is basically after Nepal came into existence, and we'll look into the top 10 moments of this period, and here we go. In number 10, we have the unification of Nepal. King Prithvinarayan Saha unified all the 22 and 24 states into one unified Nepal, and that happened in 1768 AD. Number 9 is start of Rana rule. So after 76 AD, Nepal was a one country and it was being ruled by Saha dynasty, and monarch had all the power. But later on, when monarchy got weakened, the Rana dynasty took over and their rule prevailed. Jang Bahadur Rana performed a coup and killed all top officials and took over power, and this was how Rana regime started. And this rule prevailed for a lot of years. The country was under the dictatorship of Rana regime. In 1951, King Tribhuvan and political parties decided to work together and ended the Rana regime. In number 8, we have the first election of Nepal. After Nepal got rid of Rana regime and democracy was established, they waited few years to get into the election of 1951, in which Visheshwar Prasad Koirala became the first elected Prime Minister of Nepal by a huge majority. In number 6, we have the 1990 People's Movement for Democracy. After VP Koirala was elected the first Prime Minister, just after 1 year, he was deposed from his post, and King Mahendra started the absolute rule of monarchy, which continued for several years. And finally, in 1990, all the parties came under one umbrella to fight against this monarchy, and they were successful to establish a democracy in Nepal in 1990. And in number 6, we have participation of Nepal in the T20 Cricket World Cup. So it was a proud moment for all Nepali. Nepal isn't great in the matter of development. We can call it underdeveloped country. It is back in different sectors, but to the surprise of everyone, Nepali cricket team qualified for the T20 World Cup of 2014. It was the result of hard work of the Nepali team, the coach of Sri Lanka that worked hard for Nepal to get to that position. Even though Nepal got out from first round of the World Cup, it performed very well, beating top nations and winning 2 out of 3 games in the tournament. And this made everyone proud, and everybody was united under the name of Nepali cricket team, and it was a huge event for Nepali people. In number 5, we have the Maoist armed conflict. It was a decade long, which started from 1995 and ended on 2006 with a peace agreement with the parties. Different prime minister came during this period. They tried to fight with the Maoists, they tried to negotiate with Maoists, but nothing came to a conclusion, and King Garendra decided to take over the power in 2005, and this alarmed everyone, and the Maoists and all other parties were forced to form an alliance and fight against this dictatorship. And the Maoist insurgency is fresh in everybody's mind. Everybody suffered from this conflict. Every home in Nepal was divided. Every people had their opinions. They formed an alliance with the 7 parties in 2006 by signing a comprehensive peace accord, and they decided to go into a movement. And in 2006, Nepal saw a second people movement where every people participated and defeated the king, and the rule of people was established again. And in number 4 in this list, we have the 1934 earthquake that killed almost 9,000 people. At that time, all the structures were so weak, and the capital city Kathmandu was growing out of its proportion. And in 1934, when this 8 Richter scale earthquake struck Nepal, a lot of property was destroyed. It was a devastating disaster for Nepal. Everything changed after that. The towering Dharahara was also broken into half, and it was rebuilt later on. But this 1934 earthquake was very significant in the history of Nepal, so we have this in number 4. In number 3, we have the 2001 royal massacre that happened inside Naranhiti Palace. Who can forget that day? The king of the country was killed in a bloody encounter with his own family. According to the sources, in the dinner party inside the Naranhiti, the crown prince killed all of his family members and finally shot himself. And in a very dramatic fashion, all of the royal family of Nepal was washed away. Everyone mourned the royal family's death. Everyone was shocked, everyone was in despair. Everyone was confused, everyone was in anger, everyone was in fury. This was a very important moment in the history of Nepal. There has been different speculation, different controversies surrounding this event, No one can accurately say what happened inside Naranhiti that night. We have to go with the sources that Crown Prince killed all of his family, but things are still not clear. So we have this in number 3 of our list. Now in number 2 we have the 2015 earthquake. Nepal is still struggling out of that earthquake. More than 8,000 people are dead. Nepal is still mourning. Still the people are living outside in tents. Still people haven't got their homes back. Still they don't have food to eat. Everyone is crying in Nepal. Everyone is suffering from this earthquake. The magnitude of the earthquake was 7.8 Richter scale. More than 8,000 dead, more than 20,000 injured, more than 100,000 homeless. Still, Nepal is fighting against this earthquake. Nepal lies in the joint of the Tibetan Plateau and the Indian Plateau, and where there is a constant movement, and in average every 100 years Nepal faces such devastating earthquakes. In 1934 also a huge earthquake happened, which we discussed a moment ago, and 2015 was in a whole new level. The tower in Dharra was again collapsed. All the historic buildings were collapsed, but people fought against the earthquake. They helped everyone, they helped every people, and ever-growing capital city was bound to fall down when such an earthquake would strike. Everyone knew that this kind of earthquake was looming, but no one was concerned, no one gave attention to that kind of thing, and they kept on building weak structures and they kept on with old homes, and the disaster earthquake happened and there was huge loss. So let's just do a recap of this top 10. In number 10 we had the unification of Nepal. In number 9 we have the start and end of the Rana regime. In number 8 we had the first election of Nepal. In number 7 we had the 1990 People's Movement. In number 6 we had the participation of Nepal in the ICC T20 Cricket World Cup. In number 5 we had the Maoist conflict and the people movement that established the republic in Nepal. In number 4 we had the 1934 earthquake. In number 3 we had the Royal Massacre. In number 2 we had the 2015 earthquake. So now let's go into number 1. Let's see what is number 1 moment in the modern history of Nepal. We had hard times, we had good times, we had kings, we had rulers, we had dictators, we had disasters, we had conflicts, we had killings, we had bloodbaths, we had tortures. But we kept everything beside, and on 20th of September 2015 we decided that we will have our new constitution formulated now. Many of the parties in the Constituent Assembly agreed on a common point, and they decided that we should establish a constitution, we should give people the constitution, and on 20th of September 2015 we got our final constitution. There are many things lacking in the new constitution. Voices of many peoples are still not heard, but we have got an official document of rule under which we can bind ourselves and work for the development of the country. The constitution have opened paths for development. If this constitution can bind every people together, it will be a great treasure. Otherwise, if it divides people, it will end up in trash like many other constitutions in the history of Nepal. So I want to end this list in a positive note. Let's improve it, let's change it, let's fight for its betterment. It has got many progressive agenda that we can be proud of, but we still have something to work on it. Let's make the politician aware that we are not satisfied with document, but surely we need to applaud for what they did. We need to go forward from it, not backward. Constitution doesn't guarantee that the country will be better. More and more difficulties will arise now as we are formally a republic. Many countries will try to impose power on Nepal. Sign has been already seen as India is blocking the borders and China is helping Nepal. But Nepal should establish its own power. It should be independent of any country, but it should maintain trade with every country. I hope there will be changes, there will be amendments, and everyone will be included in this constitution. And so we have the promulgation of constitution as the number 1 moment in the history of Nepal. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any queries about any events I mentioned here, please ask me in the comment. I will happy to reply you. And please suggest me what kind of top 10s you like to see in the futures, and do share this video with your friends so they can also know about some of the top moments in the Nepali history. And if you want to watch more of such videos, please subscribe to my channel and you will be updated with all the information about Nepal, about the world. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.